Hello, buongiorno a tutti. Saluto da Napoli, ma sto in Filippina, all'altra parte del mondo. Allora, oggi ci dedichiamo un'altra volta alla bella poesia napoletana. E ho scelto Se tu sapesse dicere, indovinate, try to guess by whom? By the master of the master, Eduardo De Filippo. I have chosen this one because that is really nice. De Filippo is amazing. It is, la tipica, the typical Neapolitan irony. Is is all here in this poem. I really like. Okay, let's go. Se tu sapesse dicere by Eduardo De Filippo, the great Eduardo. Ah, se potessi dicere che il cuore dice, quando sarebbe felice, se tu sapessi di. E se potessi sentire che il cuore senta, dicesse eternamente voglio restare con te. Ma o cuore sa scrivere, o cuore è analfabeta, è come un poeta che non sa cantare. Se imbroglia, sposta e virgole, un punto ammirativo, mette un congiuntivo a non c'ha da sta. E tu che stai a sendere, te imbroglia presto a isso, come succede spesso. E addio felicità. I love this. It's amazing. Okay, now let's translate and si potesse dicere. Guys, English and Italian, right? I will try to be as much simple possible so that you may really understand the meaning of the poem, okay? And I try, these are my own, very own translation. They are not the official translation, guy, for each of these poems or articles, whatever I translate from Italian, Neapolitan, any kind, are my own translation, okay? So, si potesse dicere, oh, if I could say, in the sense of conveying emotionally, no? Se potessi dire o esprimere quello che cuore dice, what's deep inside my heart, quello che il mio cuore dice. As you can see here, I didn't translate literally what my heart says, okay? Because, from a metric and poetic side, I don't think it's matched that much with the English language, so that's why I change a bit, the order. So, quello che cuore dice, what's deep inside my heart? Translating it this way, you may better understand, you feel the sentiment, of quello che cuore dice, of what Eduardo want to really express, saying that. Quanto sarei felice, how happy I would be. Quanto sarei felice. Se tu sapesse di o ricere, ok? Però qui di e dire, ok? Dire che in napoletano si legge ricere, oppure alle volte puoi sentire anche you may even heard dicere. It depends, there are several different pronunciation, but the most common is the D we pronounce R, ok, ricere. In questo caso D è abbreviato, is an abbreviation, ok? Feeling at ease to tell you. Se tu sapessi di, if I could only tell you, okay? I twist a little bit in English to give more emphasis, okay? Romantic, emotional emphasis, feeling at ease to tell you, okay? Se te lo saprei dire in italiano e si potesse sentire, and if you could hear, e se potessi ascoltare quello che il cuore senta, what my heart's feeling, quello che il mio cuore sente, okay? Also here, instead of translating literally what my heart hear, okay, I prefer to translate with what my heart's feeling. I keep it the metric, okay, I keep it the metric at the same time, and it's more expressive, okay, for from an English point of view, okay. Ricessa eternamente, voglio restare con te. I'd say forever or eternally, I want to be with you. Italian. Direi per sempre vorrei restare con te. Here in Italian I cut the last vowel E. Restar instead of restare. Restar is more used in the poetic metric and also in the musical metric. Okay, vorrei restar con te. It's more sounds more beautiful, you know. Ma occorre sape scrivere. This is the sentence that's most hit my heart. It's hilarious, but at the same time is very, very deeply meaningful. Let's say literally, but my hearts, but may hearts are even able to write. Even also here, I could have translated in English literally, but the heart knows how to write, but it's a little cold, so that's why I give a twist to give more emotion, more to put it deeper in the from the emotional side, what Edoardo want to say. Ma occorre sape scrivere, nel senso he want to say, but the heart knows how to write, have emotions, is in doubt if the heart can be able to convey emotions or not, because we are always in doubt with this, if our heart can bear the emotions on a proper side, So, ma occorre sape scrivere, but many hearts are even able to write. Okay, I give more emphasis, in the English translation. Ma il cuore saprà mai scrivere? The same I've done with Italian translation. I just added mai, even, okay? Even mai. But ma il cuore saprà mai scrivere is because I gave an interrogative twist, more than translating in a cold way, Occorre è analfabeta. That is amazing. I love this. This is the centerpiece of the poem, Occorre è analfabeta. Hearts are illiterate. As you have noted, in Napolitan and in Italian, I keep singular, occorre, the heart in general. That is doesn't sound the same way in English in a general way. So I preferred to translate at the plural general. Okay, hearts are illiterate. Ok, il cuore è analfabeta. To keep closer to the sound, you know how to sound the tonal meaning, okay, and reading of Neapolitan and Italian. Okay, so from singular Neapolitan Italian, I translate at plural and indefinite in English. Okay, to give more, to keep in the metric, and at the same time in a more emotional and enticing, attractive way. È come un poeta. That's like a poet. È come un poeta. Il cuore, no? The heart. Che non sape cantare. Who can't sing. Che non sa cantare. S'embroglia, sposte virgole. That is hilarious. Typical of the theater of the operas of Eduardo De Filippo. It's amazing. S'embroglia, it mix up the heart, you know. Mess up words. Shifts or moves the commas around. He mixed up the grammar, you know, in the sentence. Amazing. I love this, you know. Un punto ammirativo. You may say, what is a punto ammirativo? A punto ammirativo is an old literature way to say punto esclamativo, exclamation mark. Nowadays, in the modern contemporary Italian, you will never find the punto ammirativo, because you will always encounter punto esclamativo, exclamation mark. Mette un congiuntivo a dove non c'è da sta. That is also hilarious. That is a very typical, is one of the main mistakes and one of the hardest thing to understand about Italian language, but as you can see, also in Neapolitan language, okay? Because from this point of view, apart some differences, you know, but Italian grammar and Neapolitan grammar, I mean, you know, they meet the most of the time, you know. So, met nu congiuntiva, he put a subjunctive, mette un congiuntivo a do non c'è nada sta, where does need to be. Here also I twist the translation, because I could have translated where it must not be there, but come on, doesn't sound good, you know. So that's why I prefer to use a translation much more smooth, you know, and linear, where does need to be, dove non ci deve stare. E tu costai a sentara, te broglie appresso a isso. That is amazing also. E tu costai a sentire, and you that you keep listening at him, at your heart. So, and keeping and listening your heart, e tu che lo stai a sentire, te imbrogli appresso a isso. You go mad too, to gather your heart. Ci perdi la ragione. Now, both in English, either in Italian, I twist the translation, okay, to give again a more poetic and a nice metric, okay. So in English, I could have translated you get mad, okay, or you messed up together following your heart. Ha preso significato follow, ok? Following a isso. Isso is him or it. In this case, we use him, because it's a heart, but in a romantic way, okay? So you go mad too. I prefer to translate to keep metric more linear, more smooth. You go mad too, together your heart. In Italian I decided to also to twist perché avrei dovuto scrivere tu lo stai sentire ti imbrogli appresso a lui but in Italian does sound good same as like a Neapolitan, so I prefer to use a sentence that is more closer to an Italian song or poetry line, ok? So ci perdi la ragione, ok? Oppure avrei potuto scrivere I could have written diventi matto appresso a lui, ok? But it's too long, so to keep in the in good sounding metric, I prefer to translate also in Italian this way. Come succede spesso, as it often happens. Come succede spesso. Oh, for example, here Neapolitan and Italian, they match perfectly. Okay, the only change come, double M, and spisso, spesso in Italian. Okay. So, also in English is easy, as it often happens. Come succede spesso. Perfect. Linear and close translation. E addio felicità. This final exclamation, sentence, it says it all. It's a perfect closing of the show. It's a perfect closing of the poem because he say goodbye happiness then, okay, e addio felicità. Now, usually a basic elementary Italian translation would be addio and goodbye felicità happiness, but come on, it doesn't sound good in English. Okay, so I preferred to twist to translate goodbye happiness than, okay, it sounds, the tone is more beautiful, more pertaining. All right, guys, now we read again in the three languages, okay? Let's read in English now, okay? And then the last will be again Neapolitan for your hearing, ear training, okay? Oh, if only I could say what's deep inside my heart, how happy I would be, feeling at ease to tell you. And if you could hear what my heart's feeling, I'd say forever I want to be with you. But many hearts are even able to write. Hearts are illiterate. That's like a poet who can't sing. Mix up words, shifts commas around, an exclamation mark, he put a subjunctive where doesn't need to be. And keeping and listening, you go mad too, as it often happens. Goodbye happiness then. Alright, Italian. Ah, se potessi dire quello che il mio cuore dice, quanto sarei felice se te lo saprei dire. E se potessi ascoltare quello che il mio cuore sente, direi per sempre vorrei restare con te. Ma il cuore saprà mai scrivere. Il cuore è analfabeta, è come un poeta che non sa cantare. Sposta le virgole, un punto esclamativo, mette un congiuntivo dove non ci deve stare e tu che lo stai a sentire ci perdi la ragione, come succede spesso, e addio felicità. All right. Now, guys, keep land near to the last in Neapolitan, okay? Try to memorize and to focus in dubbing my voice. Listening for Neapolitan, si to sapesse di ricere by Edoardo De Filippo. Ah, si potesse ricere, che lo cocor rice, quanto sarria felice, si to sapesse di. E si potesse sentire che lo cocor senta, ricesse, eternamente voglio restare con te. Ma o core sa scrivere, o core è analfabeto, è come un poeta che non sa cantare. Si imbroglia, sposta e virgole, un punto ammirativo, mette un congiuntivo dove non c'è da stare. E tu, che stai a sentire, ti imbrogli appresso a isso, come succede spesso. E addio felicità. All right, guys, thank you very much. I really hope that you will like this one because it's amazing. The meaning is incredible and the irony is typical of the traditional Neapolitan poetry and theater, especially when we talk about the great Edoardo De Filippo. All right. Okay, guys, thank you very much and see you next. Bye. Ciao.